Kansas City Chiefs had their first preseason game on Saturday. Patrick Mahomes continued where he left off from his MVP season. Mahomes was a solid 4 for 4 for 66 yards. Only one series. It did result in a touchdown, including an impressive 10-yard scramble where he smartly slid at the goal line to avoid a big hit. Rob, will Patrick Mahomes, I guess, Pat, be in the MVP discussion?
Put some respect on his name.
MVP discussion.
Think about it.
I've already thought about it.
Let it marinate.
I've already thought about it, and no, I hate to break it to everybody. And I want to say this real quick at the top. I did talk to his dad, Pat Mahomes, the former baseball pitcher. He's going to be on my podcast, Inside the Parker, that drops this Wednesday on the Herd Podcast Network. And we talk about Patrick on it as well. And no disrespect, Patrick Mahomes is a fantastic and great quarterback after his just second year, didn't really play much his first year, and he had the breakout year. Here's the only problem, and we've seen it. It's impossible to duplicate the numbers he just put up. So the numbers are going to be down. They just will be, and people won't feel the same way about him. There'll be Greg, yeah, well, he had 52 last year, and now he has 38 or 40 touchdowns, which will still be a lot, but it won't feel as good. And people will come for the Chiefs. Here's the other one. Everybody thinks it's automatic and he's just going to roll and be unstoppable for the rest of his career. Pump the brakes. I watched the first half of the AFC Championship game where they got shut out against the Patriots at home. I saw that. I saw them stop Patrick Mahomes.
How much playoff experience does he have?
No, I'm just saying.
Was this his first playoff run?
Did he get stopped? He got stopped.
Yeah.
They got shut out.
The Patriots stopped Patrick Mahomes and beat the Chiefs because they stopped Patrick Mahomes.
In the first half. All I'm saying. And here's the other one. Just be careful. I remember Ron Jaworski on another network after Colin Kaepernick's first or second year went on and said, Colin Kaepernick is going to wind up being the greatest quarterback, could be the greatest quarterback who ever played. Do you remember that? Do you remember that?
I don't even recall that.
Yes.
I don't want to have you recall it right now.
Pump the brakes. Once people get to look at you, they're going to make adjustments. It doesn't mean he's going to fall off the cliff. It doesn't mean he's going to turn into a pumpkin. He's not Fitzpatrick. So, okay, that's not what I'm talking about.
Just to clarify, MVP discussion. We're going to say in the top 5,
he's not going
6.
to win the MVP. It's more about he's not going to win the MVP.
So
we all know
you're
that.
saying he's not even going to be in the discussion.
We'll have a discussion about it, yes, because he was the
wait a minute.
No, but because he was the reigning one. It's the same way they pick the Patriots every year to go to the playoffs or Tom Brady to be in the Super Bowl. They pick him every year because of the previous year.
Well, not you. You don't ever pick the Patriots.
What I'm saying, I don't believe there'll be other people. Carson Wentz will win the MVP. It will not be Patrick Mahomes.
That's not a bad bet.
I mean, you're trying to change the question.
No, I'm not.
So, yeah, you're definitely changing.
Flip-flopping.
Yeah, you are. So I'll answer your question.
I'm saying, will he win the MVP?
Patrick,
no.
That was not the question.
That's what it meant. That was the nature of the question.
Patrick Mahomes will be in the MVP discussion. Now, let me have a couple drawbacks here, because you mentioned, the numbers will be down from 50 TDs and all the yards that he put up.
It felt like 52. I'm sorry.
So when I look over the history of the National Football League, how many quarterbacks have done that?
I'm gonna go with none.
I'm gonna go with it's only been 3, including Patrick Mahomes. Tom Brady, who then the following year, he missed that year due to injury, and then Peyton Manning the following year, and following up that 50-plus, he threw 39. So to say that his numbers will be down, what a reach. What a reach.
It ain't a reach.
His numbers may be down, but they'll be down to the point where he'll still be in contention for the National Football League MVP award.
Greg, will he win the MVP?
This is why. Mind you this, you did compare him some way, in some fashion, to Colin Kaepernick.
No, my point wasn't about the style of play. My point was people sometimes, when they have breakout years, people go on to be quickly to dub somebody the next greatest or whatever. All I'm saying is that there is an adjustment that the league makes.
You're correct.
Nobody's going to. It's like the Cleveland Browns coming in. Everybody thinks that everybody's going to take the Cleveland Browns for granted, and they're going to show up and go, oh, wow, what do they have? Oh, my goodness, this is so strange. Trust me, they're going to be ready, just like they'll be in better position and better prepared for Patrick Mahomes.
Let me back up his point real quick. So last year, after that hot start, right, the Chiefs down the stretch, they lost Kareem Hunt. They were 3-8 against the spread in their final 11 games. Teams, as Rob alluded to, started to recognize what the Chiefs were doing and defend them better. Not great.
Not great.
Better. But I think he's right here, though. It's obvious Mahomes is going to be in the discussion. Tyreek Hill's still around. Sammy Watkins still around. Travis Kelce is breathing. The offensive line returns 4 out of 5. The defense stinks.
Carlos Hyde.
But to say he's not going to be in the discussion, Rob, come on.
And here's why he's going to be in the discussion, and he will have a real chance of winning it again, is because his ability to not only throw with accuracy, but to throw with accuracy outside the pocket. We were just recently talking about Aaron Rodgers. What makes Aaron Rodgers such a threat is what we're seeing that makes Patrick Mahomes just as much, if not even more of a greater threat. His ability to be accurate outside of the pocket, running with the football, eyes down the field, and still throw with pinpoint accuracy. Not only just throw it where guys are, but throw them in a place where they're still running open. That's what makes a guy like this special. You can't defend a perfectly thrown ball and a good catch. You just can't do it.
How did Peyton Manning go from 50 to 39 the next year after that? I'm just asking. How did that happen?
It's just hard to repeat.
That's what I'm
that
talking
type
about.
of a performance.
So that's why it's going to be almost impossible for him to win the MVP, because his numbers will be down.
But Rob,
any way you look at it,
okay,
Greg,
so
we're not talking about
winning
winning the MVP.
He'll be there.
Yes, we
We're
are.
talking about the discussion.
He's going to be in the discussion because he's the previous winner. That's why he's going to be in the discussion.
Rob, I got a question for you.
Sure.
Did you happen to ride the short bus?
Oh,
no, I didn't.
Let's not go there. Greg, hold on. Greg, I have a question for you. Regarding the interceptions. Mahomes only had 12 picks last year, but, and this is important, according to the Football Outsiders, Patrick Mahomes had 10 dropped interceptions. Opponents had a chance at him and dropped them. Had he thrown those 10, which was tied for most in the NFL, Patrick Mahomes suddenly leads the league in interceptions. He has that swashbuckling nature, Brett Favre-ish, and that can bite him in the butt. And that is a bit of a risk to help out Rob, who doesn't really need my help.
It does bite him a little bit, but you take that risk because of what the reward is going to present you. With him, I watch him and I feel like I'm watching a version of Brett Favre, because he has this ability to just not care. And if you throw it, I'm sure Brett Favre, he exited the National Football League as the highest interception throwing quarterback in the history of the league. Did that bother him? Possibly, but did it stop him from throwing those balls? Not at all. He still took it to the next level. He still tried to fit it in those holes. That's what made him special. That's what we remember most about a Brett Favre.
How did he end his career? Interception playing for the Vikings.
Yeah,
remember that to end the game.
I knew that was coming.
But that's how his career ended.
Okay, let me add one, because I just thought of this. I don't want to relitigate Chiefs-Patriots. But if D Ford doesn't jump off sides, in that, I mean, the whole narrative has changed, okay? We're bashing Brady, Pat Mahomes is in the Super Bowl, all because this guy jumped off sides. And, I mean, Mahomes was phenomenal in the second half of that game. First half, they locked him down, shut Tyreek Hill out. But to see a young quarterback adjust like that against a Bill Belichick was impressive, Rob. You got to give him credit.
I'm giving him credit. All I'm saying, I'm not bashing the guy. He's an unbelievable quarterback. I don't want you to take this the wrong way. I'm just saying that the chances of him, because of the bar that he set for himself, people will look at this season no matter what he puts up. It will not match up. That's why they won't vote for him again, because it's going to be less. And they're going to go, well, last year was great. This year, it was really good. But there'll be somebody else.
When you saying it's going to be less, are you saying his statistical numbers individually, or them as a team?
Both. I think both.
If his numbers decline, and by decline, we're talking
40 touchdowns.
We're talking like 40.
No, I'm saying that. I agree with you.
Yeah. we're talking that type of a decline, and they win. They still win, and they happen to get to the AFC Championship game and then the Super Bowl.
He could still win the MVP.
I disagree. I think that people will. His numbers are so eye-popping, so off the charts, that there's almost no way you can duplicate or make people feel as good as they felt about you after this MVP season. Aaron Rodgers won it twice, but there were years, okay, he was so unbelievable that, 15 in 1 year?
Yep.
And then the next year he put up really good numbers. I don't know when he didn't put up, but he didn't win the MVP. Other guys come along and they put up numbers as well.
They do.
And if Carson Wentz comes back and leads the Eagles, right, he's healthy, puts the numbers up, they lead and win the NFC East, all of a sudden people go, Carson Wentz is back. Look at what he was doing. Look at what he did.
2 years ago, Wentz was incredible, leading the MVP voting. Last year, he regressed a little bit. So I do think there is some regression coming, but we all agree that there's some regression coming, right? Pat Mahomes, he can't keep this up, guys.
I mean, I can't give all the credit to just Patrick Mahomes. Andy Reid has done a phenomenal job of reinventing his offense week in and week out.
Just can't win a big game. That's the only problem.
Hey, that's been the knock. But he has a quarterback that is really, really special.
He does. All right, moving on, guys. Is Dak Prescott worth $30 million?
Pay that man!
Hey, former Jets coach Eric Mangini joins us to discuss that next.